Don't stop. You can't stop. It's a dystopian blood sport, and the only way to change the system is by playing the game. Hey, I'm Ulysses. I'm looking at games from a design perspective, trying to pick out what things I think work well and what could be better. What's this? A sports tricks game and a third-person shooter in one? Yes, this is Rollerdrome. This is a very fast-paced game that keeps you in flow, threading the needle between offense and defense, shooting enemies before they hit you, shooting missiles coming at you in mines on the ground, as well as using dodging to refill some of your ammo. There's a real feeling of urgency in dodging. You have to be hyper-focused on Kara, your character, for most of the game, looking at the various UI indicators to tell you when to time dodges for any number of the threats. A sniper locking onto you, beam weapons, the enemy that stomps from the sky, nearby mines, homing missiles, and melee enemies. Also, in short bursts, you'll use bullet time to aim at enemies and fire. This may seem like it breaks from the hyper-focused dodging, but the bullet time is a slowly regenerating resource, so it reinforces that need for focus even more. Everything moves in slow motion, as if you've become so attuned to the music of the enemy movement and projectiles that now the tables have turned and you're lining up shots with deadly accuracy. What's more, on a higher level, you are always skating, navigating the level and performing tricks to reload your guns. That becomes especially apparent during boss fights, where you have to use their bodies as ramps or half-pipes while you're dodging their attacks. Many of the places you skate will have a couple different focal points in the level, and then put a ramp that lets you jump and do tricks while moving between them. If you don't time the jump across the gap perfectly, you can often ride along the wall or grind on a middle bar to reorient yourself to the right direction. If you land a trick backwards, you just continue skating backwards. If you land wrong, you don't fall, you just keep going. The game wants you to stay in flow. The visuals in the game are simple cell shading, which gives you a nice sense of depth without distraction. The typography and sound also give the game that arcadey, stimulated energy drink feel. The only time you can take a break from this madness is when Kara takes a break between matches. There are short, first-person camera areas where you witness exposition through written notes and radio news. You're no longer moving fast, shooting apart your enemies. You're reminded of the world you live in, how powerless you are without the structure of the death game that you're playing, how much the odds are stacked against people like you in this world. The game, more or less, measures your flow with the combo system. Take out an enemy, or an enemy mine, or missile, and you can keep the combo going. Miss a dodge, or take damage, and the time left in your combo goes down pretty fast. Each level has a challenge to get a certain score by keeping your combo high, and, while that sounds like a task left for players who like to 100% games, your progress in Rollerdrome is actually restricted at certain points if you haven't completed enough challenges. This brings me to the other aspect of Rollerdrome's design that I wanted to highlight. While the game has tutorials near the beginning, the whole game is like an extended tutorial. There's a challenge system that encourages you to try new things and play better. When you complete a challenge, you don't necessarily have to finish the level, which kind of gives it an open-level skating feel like in Tony Hawk Pro Skater or Jet Set Radio, where it's okay to try things out. If you mess it up or die, you just try again. There are no lives in this game. The input for the player also seems very flexible and forgiving. If you change your mind partway through a trick, Kara just rolls with it. I haven't verified this yet, but it feels like when jumping off ledges, ramps, half-pipes, even if you jump a few frames too soon or too late, you'll still jump just as high. The things you try through the challenge system can also teach you best practices. The high combo challenges I mentioned actually made me realize that playing fast, killing fast, keeping the combo going made it more likely that I would win. One of the challenges asks you to stagger one of the riot guard enemies with a grenade, and that's how I learned how to fight riot guards. There's a similar story for dodging mines, and even just some of the skating tricks that I didn't even know were available in the game. Oh, that's it. Alright, bye-bye.